Welcome to Boku Vlog. Today we got a 12-pound turkey. We're gonna throw in a smoker. I've already got it cleaned out, took the gizzards and whatnot out. It's gonna be real quick, easy recipe. I'm smoking over applewood and pecan today. I do have an editorial on how I set up the smoker, and it'll be shown right after this. The first thing I'm gonna do is, I've never done this before. I've always used like olive oil as a rub to put I use it as a base for the rub that I'm about to put on. I've seen where you can use Pam spray, so I'm actually going to try it. Before that, for the insides, I got some apple, some onions, and some celery. I've already got some olive oil in there. I'm going to throw a little bit of this rub. It's called Rub Some Chicken. I tasted it. I think it's going to go well with the turkey. So we'll see. Usually I use barbecue rub, so I'm trying something a little different today. So I'm going to mix a little bit in with that and just kind of stir it around a little bit. And I probably should be wearing gloves, but I don't have any currently. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Pam, and I'll wipe all this down real good before I put it up in the cabinet, is I'm just going to spray her down. I'm not going to go crazy, because like I said, I've never tried this method, but sometimes you have to try new things. I was going to inject the chicken, or no, I'm sorry, the turkey. I'm not injecting today. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I was going to inject, I would have used some chicken broth with a stick of butter and about 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, and probably just a hint of garlic. It seems to work really well. But today I'm just going to go with the rub and the natural flavors of the turkey itself. So the next thing I'm going to do, I should probably put the lid back on. Actually, I'll just keep it off, is we're going to put some rub around this. I may put a little bit inside. I've already got the rubs on that. Basically, we're going to put the filling in. The biggest thing too is the thermometer. It's on the side. Rip it out. You don't need it. The plastic comes in the back. I took mine off. You can leave it on. I may take some string. I may tie the legs up. So here we go. You don't have to bury it in seasoning. Some people do, some people don't. And you can pat it a little bit. I wouldn't rub, especially if you're doing like beef. Sometimes that causes issues. Some people do it. I mean, it's whatever if it works for you and you've done it before, that's fine. Doesn't matter. We're going to shoot for a temperature. Actually, I'm not worried about the temperature right now. I'm going to go for about a 3 to 4 hour smoke. It may take 6 hours. That's one thing is when you do these smokes, some people, how long does it take? Well, one day it could take 4 hours. Another day it could take 2 hours. Another day it may take 6 hours. So I always like to get it done early because it has to rest anyway. Especially if you're having friends over, I'd rather have it done at 3 o'clock. They're supposed to be here at 6, and have it done at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and they're showing up at 6. So a lot of times you can let it rest, cut it up, put some beef broth or apple juice or something in the pan, keep it on the low setting in the oven, and it'll be fine. So the next thing we're just going to do is we're just going to throw some of this goodies in here. I don't know if I would put stuffing in here with it on the smoker. I'm sure people have and they've done just fine, but I wouldn't. As far as what size of a turkey to get, 12 to 14 pounds on the smoker seems to be pretty decent. I've done a 20-pound plus on a smoker one time. Wasn't fun at all. It takes forever. You're also running a risk at that point of trying to get it up, too low of a temp for too long, and you can run a risk of getting some bacteria going. I think we're done here. I'm not using everything because it's going to spill out. I'm not going to video how I tie the legs. I will come back here shortly as we're getting this on the smoker, and then I'll show you a couple different things that I use while I'm smoking as far as help regulating or help showing the temp, because it can vary from one side to the other. And so we may have to move this turkey around a little bit. And hope you like my sign here. This is one of my pride and joys. I got it not too long ago. Got this at one of the antique malls here in town. And I think I bought this sign at Ace Hardware. All right, we'll be back right after this. All right, we're back. The other day I had somebody come up to me and ask me, how do I get my smoker going? So this is what I do with my Oklahoma Joe, my two other smokers, my Dino Glow and my Weber. It's not really totally different, but I go at things differently on getting them prepared. So the first thing I do is I like to use tin foil down on the bottom, so that way all the goo, the sludge that builds up, it cleans up real easy instead of just hanging down there and eventually you have to wipe it out. Another thing I use to help with regulate the temp, because the temp on this side where the firebox is going to be hotter than it is over here. So I have another smaller grate and I have a couple layers of tin foil, and I have the grate slanted over the opening to the firebox so the heat has to come down a little bit more. It does actually help with the temp a little bit, especially when I get a flare up. If I have wood in there, the fire doesn't come out and hit the meat. And the other thing I do, this is my firebox, is I also put tin foil on the bottom, because when I am done, when I'm ready to take the coals out, and I know the coals are cold, not hot, I can just grab that foil, slide it out, throw it in a trash bag. And that's the biggest thing. If you're doing like a smoke yesterday and doing a smoke today, make sure those coals are cold before you throw them in a trash can. A lot of times what I'll do, if I'm doing a 2-day smoke, is I'll throw it in a trash bag, and I take that trash bag, throw it somewhere in the yard away from the house. And within an hour or two, you're gonna know that those coals are hot, because that trash bag is going to be melted. I'd rather you have a melted trash bag than have a house fire. I've been to a few house fires caused by people throwing their coals out and they're still hot. Every year it seems like you hear it on the news. But to get the fire going, I have a chimney here, and I do the ultimate sin. Some people swear never use lighter fluid. Well, I use lighter fluid. If I was lighting my coals in the firebox here, I would not use lighter fluid. I would use like tumbleweed or another type of fire source to get those coals hot. But the lighter fluid I used in this chimney, it's already burned off, so it's not going to get into the smoker. The coals look like they're nice and hot. I do not fill up my bin. I'd rather put not enough coals in than too much. It's easier to get the fire a little hotter than try to bring down that temp once it's too hot. One thing I'll do for a little bit is I'll leave my door open over here. Eventually I'll close it. Sometimes throughout the cook I'll open it back up. It just depends on how much airflow I need. It's easier to open up that door than to play with the vent. Today we're going to use some pecan and some applewood. Sorry, I forgot. I was going to use hickory, but I'm going to use apple and pecan. I'm just going to put it right on the fire. A lot of times, actually, that's hot. Yeah, don't do what I did. But actually, what I'm going to do next is, I don't think it does anything for the food, but the smell is amazing. The wood itself smells great, but I always take some onions with some rub, and I just throw it right over the fire. I'll do this 2 or 3, maybe 4 times throughout the cook. I do have a special guest today. He's quiet, doesn't say much, doesn't eat much, but he's waving at you, and his name is Dug Up. He's going to be manning that Weber today. He's going to be in charge of the mac and cheese. Say hi to everybody. Again, he doesn't say much, but sometimes friends are like that. Sometimes that's the best kind of friends to have. All right, so we're going to go back inside. We're going to get this turkey prepared. Talk to you in a few. All right, so we're back. I'm coming around here. My daughter's not with me today, so she's my video person. So right now, we're getting ready to put this turkey on. It's up here, it's always going to be hotter than it is down here. Heat rises. It was right spot on at 275. I also use some oven thermometers. The reason I like this is because over here it's showing at 250, which is always colder on this side. Over here it was at 290. So I'm going to put it right in the middle and move these over a little bit so we know what it's cooking at. I swear by these. They're going to get dirty real quick. After about the second or third smoke, you're going to have to clean it up with some SOS pads. Sometimes I'll get a month out of them, sometimes I'll get 6 months out of them, but eventually they're going to get too dark and you're going to have to buy some new ones, but they're like $5 a piece. So all we're going to do is I'm actually going to I'm hoping you can see, but I'm using this pan here. Nothing special. You can put it right on the grate if you want, but if I turn this around, it's a lot easier to turn this pan around with the turkey on it than trying to grab the turkey and spin it around and vice versa. So she's on there. We're going to move those a little bit so we can get a more accurate of what she's going at. For right now, I'm going to start off. You know what? I'm going to start off just like this, and then I'll spin it around maybe in an hour or so. All right, so we're going to close it, and I'm going to check on it here in a little bit. It's about 1:15. Let's see what time this gets done. I started a little later than I wanted to, but on the weekends I like to eat sometimes 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, but that's just me. The kids like it too sometimes, and so does the mama. If mama's not happy, nobody's happy. All right, we'll be back here in a little bit. We still got mac and cheese to make. All right. Hey, we're back. Right now we're pushing. I just opened it up, but it's running right around 250, and I'm shooting between 250 and 275. But I came out here just to check on it real quick. The collar's looking good, but as you see, it's kind of white over here, dark over here. So what we're going to do real quick, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. The kids, Montana's inside cooking up some sausage for me. I'm going to make some baked beans. I'm going to spin that around and try to let some collar to get on this side. I may slow down on the wood a little bit. I'm going to check it again in about another hour, 45 minutes. I may come out here sooner. I think I may spray this down. If I do, I'm just going to use orange juice, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, welcome back. So while the turkey's going, we're going to get some baked beans going on the smoker. I pretty much got everything prepared in here as far as the beans itself. I'm using 2 cans of Bush's 28-ounce baked beans, and I used 1 can of northern beans. The smaller one is the 15.5 ounce. And then Montana, my oldest daughter, she cooked up 1 pound of maple sausage for me, and it's in here as well. And then all I'm going to do now is I got just under a half a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to throw in here. I'm going to some Worcestershire or Worcestershire sauce, however you call it. We're just going to do maybe a teaspoon or so, maybe more. I have a bad habit of not measuring. Again, I got got a little bit of maple syrup. I always like maple syrup with my baked beans. Can't say I'm going to measure it out, but I do a couple strips and do a swirl. Boom, she's done. And then the last bit, I've got Sweet Baby Ray's. It's brown sugar, hickory, and we'll just throw a little bit of that on there. Again, I don't measure it out. A lot of times I do a taste test. I think that's good there. And then Montana, if you want to come over, if you want to stir it, you can stir it. And once she's done stirring it, I've got some bacon I'm going to put on the top. I didn't cook it, it's raw. I like a little bit of fat with my beans. Fat and I get along pretty good. So once we get on the smoker, I'm going to do it over hickory. I probably won't smoke it for very long. I'll probably wrap it up probably within the hour. I'm shooting for a 2-hour smoke on this. I don't like a whole bunch of smoke with my baked beans, but I want just a hint in there. But if you want to do the whole smoke, you can not wrap it up at all. Or if you do not like any smoke, just put some foil over the top. You can still put it on the grill. On days where it's 90 plus degrees outside or 85 degrees, why heat up the house when you have what I have outside? I'd rather come inside to a cool house and then be outside, come in hot to a hot house because I have the oven heated up. All right, that looks good, sweetheart. All right, so I'm just gonna layer the top here with some bacon. Actually, I probably should taste test it a little bit.
Is it
You
good?
did a good job, Montana. It's really good.
Okay.
I don't go crazy on the seasoning.
Bacon's good.
You know what? Our slobber's gonna cook up anyway. There you go. You like it? It has some barbecue sauce in it.
You're at the edge of the camera.
Got some brown sugar in it. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of rub. There's no need for salt and pepper unless you just want to do it. Keep it simple. All right, it's ready to go. I gotta get the smoker heated up. I didn't do that, and that's a bad habit sometimes that I have. But we'll get it going here shortly. All right, a quick update. I got the beans on about 10 minutes ago. I just threw some more bacon on top. The bacon grease can drop into the green beans. Grease is good. The bacon on top I'm going to use in the mac and cheese. Talk to you in a few. All right, it's about 3:45 in the afternoon. Turkey's looking pretty good. I'm going to check the temp. I just want to see where we're floating at here. I have not checked it at all, so. As you look, we're floating right around. Well, it just showed 106, now it's down to 97. I'm gonna check the leg here real quick. Leg's around 118, so yeah, it's about the same. 126. And it's right next to the bone, so it's gonna fluctuate a little bit. So it's looking really good. Here in a minute, while that's open, it can close real quick. I'll close it. I put the beans on about 20 minutes ago. It's real smoky, you can't see. But I also have some bacon on top. That bacon I'm gonna smoke because I'm gonna try to get it nice and go just a little bit longer than what I normally would because I'm gonna smash it up and put it in my mac and cheese. All right, we'll be back in a few. All right, welcome back to Boku Vlog. Right now we're gonna do some mac and cheese. We got a stick of butter. Montana is helping me right now. She is, we're gonna melt this down a little slow, and then we're gonna add a little bit of flour, some cream cheese, and then we'll add some cheese that's over there. The cast iron skillets you see over there, I got 3 pans in the Dutch oven. They're a little rough. I kind of gotta redo them, but went to a garage sale yesterday, and I told people I bought them for 25, but it actually cost me 25 bucks. The 3 pans were $5 a piece, and the Dutch oven was $10. And they're not old, they're Lodge. They're newer. They're probably, I say, the last 10, 15 years or so. But when you see cast iron that cheap, you can't turn it down. And I've got a little collection going. I probably have about 20, 25 pieces now, and that's one of my addictions. But here we go. We're gonna melt this down, add a little bit of flour. This is a recipe I've never done before. the first couple times I've done mac and cheese on the grill or the smoker. Man, wife liked it, the kids loved it, and after that I kind of got away, just not doing what I should have been doing, and they weren't that great. So hopefully today it will turn out. This is something a little different, and we'll see how it turns out. Montana here, regardless, she likes it. She likes it dark, thick. She likes the brown edges, but we're gonna smoke it. Once we get on the smoker, we're gonna smoke it for about 45 minutes. Right now it's about 4:30. As soon as we get this on the smoker, we need to see where that chicken's, or not the turkey. I don't know why I keep saying chicken, but chicken. We need to see where the turkey's at, and the baked beans. The baked beans are running a little hotter than I like, but they are doing awesome. So as we do this, she's just turning around trying to get the butter melted, and then we'll slowly add some
flour
to it, kind of get it thickened up a little bit. And then as we do that, we'll add the cream cheese, and then we'll add the cheddar mix. I may cut out and come back in, apologize about that, but I don't want to bore you to death over everything. And it's pretty much, if everything's consistent and nice and smooth, you're doing it right. You don't want lumps. And we got it on, we got it right now, we got it on a little bit medium, the high medium at the halfway point if you have an electric grill or stove. And wish I had a gas, but I don't like using electric stuff. So
we're like at the 6.
all right, so we're good there. So we're going to add this a little bit. You don't want to add it all at once, because it's not going to be good. I think that's good, and we'll do that to stir it around really good. If it starts bubbling a little bit, honey, just turn it down a little bit. One thing is, the reason I created this channel is I want my kids to learn how to cook, and
look back and see how
be able to do things. The kids today, it's how a dork I am, but kids today it's all about electronics, and of course they have theirs. They have their fair time, and let's turn that down a little more. And actually, I'm going to turn it off for a minute, and that should be good. Just stir it around really good. And we're actually going to add a little bit of buttermilk. I'm going to run out and get it real quick. I was talking about electronics, but
yeah, you finally remembered something that I said.
But I remembered that I needed something.
You need a buttermilk.
The buttermilk's good. I probably should have shook it up a little bit. I'm going to do that.
Can I turn it back on?
Yeah, turn it on to about 4. We'll just leave it there for now.
Of course, you have to turn it up to 6.
Right. That's probably all the flour I'm going to use. I put too much in there. I'd say I probably used maybe 1/4 cup, maybe less. I probably put too much in that time, but we'll make it work.
That's why you should have a spoonful.
It'll be all good. You're probably right. Start adding some cheese here. And we're going to use cheddar jack, and I got a little bit of Parmesan. We may speed some of this video up. You never know.
Meat.
I'm actually just going to add just a little bit more buttermilk. Let's turn that down a little bit. It's getting a little bit too gooey. Just gonna throw a little bit of Parmesan in. That's probably all I'm gonna put in there, because a little bit's good, but sometimes that is a little bit too much. I am gonna put more of that in. Just throw it all in.
Yeah, make it harder for me.
Make it harder for you.
Because you know I'm not the one that's... You're not the one that's stirring. Is it for third time?
Hey, keep it needs to be more creamier, honey. Just go ahead and turn it off. Just stir really quick, honey.
Yes, make a mess.
That pan's pretty hot, so you don't have to turn it on. You need to take over for a minute? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stick my finger in there.
Have you even washed your hands?
I have, right before this video. All right, we're gonna let it settle for a little bit, and then we'll come back in as we're pouring it on. We'll come back to the video. See you in a few. We're back. I found the crab meat, and I did the right thing because the wife likes seafood. I bought some imitation crab meat. She won't know the difference. She won't watch this video anyway. And we're gonna mix this all in together. There's bacon in there. I'll throw some cheese on top, and we'll put it on the smoker, and we'll smoke it for about 40 minutes, maybe less. We'll see. I don't want to overdo it. And she's looking real good. All right. Let's put that on there. I was going to use some breadcrumbs on top, but it was pretty thick, so I'm not going to do that today. But you can. Wife likes to like that, but I can't. She's already getting crab meat, so I can't please her with everything. All right, she's done. I'm gonna put her on the smoker. We'll do an update here in a little bit. The baked beans are done. I just checked them. They actually taste pretty good. I did not wrap them up today. It's probably the first time in a long time. But they actually have really nice flavor. They look really good. So I'm gonna wrap them up now and just throw them in the oven so they'll stay warm. All right, just a quick update. The mac and cheese has been on for about 30 minutes. As you see, it's the cheese is melting. It's looking really good. One thing I will tell you, I just got this grate yesterday, or 2 days ago actually. I've had one before. I just retired her. She was old. She was about 6 years old. And one of the accessories you can get, as you see, it's open over here and it closes, which is awesome because I can put meat over there. The other side over here, it also opens. You can put more coals over there if you need to. In the wintertime, I'll use both sides to smoke on the Weber. The wintertime, or the summertime, actually, I'll just use the one side because it runs temp really well. Wintertime, you definitely need both sides. The one thing, you can put coals directly on the side if you want to use your Weber as a smoker. There's a little accessory. It's old. It's not pretty, but this is what it is right here. It comes with two from Weber, and I've got one over here right now that I'm using. I'm telling you, I use a lot less coals than I ever have when I use these. I don't use them all the time. Sometimes I still put them on the side. Another thing you can do, there's a thing called a snake method with the Weber, and you can line up the coals that go around, and you basically just stack them up going around, and you do like 2 or 3 layers, and then you can put wood throughout where you think you need your smoke. I'd never tried it. I've got a buddy at work that has done it. He likes it, and I like what I have. I like these accessories where you can put the coals right there on the side. I like this extra grate. This grate was cost me about 30 bucks the other day. And I think the first one I ever bought, I think I picked up for like 18 bucks. So if you find them on sale or whatever, so they're somewhere between 18 and 30 bucks, but get them, because all I have to do is if I raise that up real quick, I can, if I need to add more coal, I can, and then I can throw it right back down. And sometimes when I do burgers, I do them this way. I'll do both sides to get them nice and hot. I can put the burgers right in the center. They're not right over the heat where they're gonna get burned up real quick. I like it. Right now it's running right around 250 just on that one side right now. It's running a little colder. It shows 200, but it's been open for a while. So that tells you right there that it's running at temp. All right, we'll be back here in a little bit. I just checked the turkey. It's running around 145, and so hopefully it'll get done here really soon. It's taking me a little longer. One thing to remember is when somebody says something takes 3 to 4 hours to cook, it may take you longer. And today I said earlier I'm shooting for 3 or 4 hours. It's actually going to take me a little longer. So I had a late start. If you know you can start early, especially if you're going to have people over earlier, because smoking food is not always a guarantee it's going to get done. Tomorrow I can smoke the same turkey and probably get it done in 4 hours or 3 hours, but every day is different. Some people may say different, but honestly, I've been cooking for 6 years. I'm no specialist. I'm no master chef, no master cooker, no pit master, but every day is different. All right, we'll be back. All right, I'm gonna call the mac and cheese. I say it's done. I don't want to overdo it. I had it on for right around 40 minutes. It's flaring up over there a little bit, but I'm pulling it, and we'll see how it turns out here in a little bit. The turkey is almost done. All right, we'll be back. Go through the log. Turkey is done. Everything is done at this point. The collar, I like it a little bit lighter, but it's good. This is the first time I did a whole turkey the whole time on the smoker, so in a couple years. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to do a little bit of a taste test here.
I do want to.
Oh, it's moist. See that?
Let me do a little bit too.
See how it's falling off? You want to try it? Tell me how it tastes out. Try that.
How come she gets a big piece and I don't?
Oh, we got another piece right here. You want to try that? It's nice and moist.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and moist. I'm not going to tear this turkey up right now.
Smoky too.
I'll do that.
It's really good.
We'll have another video before we end on how I carve this up. So I'm not going to carve it up right now in video because it's going to be a hot mess. So we'll be back here in a minute. All right, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't show how I carved the turkey and how juicy it was, but it was really good. Everybody seems to be pretty pleased with it.
It's really good.
This is the last of it. We got some turkey with some gravy on it. We got some mashed potatoes. We got some baked beans. We got some stovetop stuffing and some mac and cheese. It's really good. I tested it. This is the first time probably 3 or 4 years I did a whole turkey without wrapping it up and throwing it in the oven. I did it right straight on the smoker. Everybody seems to be pleased with it. I'm pleased with it. So I think we're going to do this again for Thanksgiving. Love y'all. Subscribe. We'll do this again. The next video is probably going to be a hiking video. I want to do something a little different because this is going to be a family video. So subscribe and enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, welcome back. The kids are playing with my hair. You got to keep them happy.
You don't even have
But anyway, the food was awesome. But I'm going to be honest with you, that mac and cheese was pretty bad. And I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, it's the best thing, second coming of Christ, because it wasn't. Did you guys like the mac and cheese?
No.
Yep, they'll tell you. No, it was a bomb. Did you like the turkey?
Yes, it was amazing.
See the kids, they said it was amazing. Actually, the turkey was pretty good.
The
turkey was the first turkey I've done. Usually when I do a turkey,
oven.
after about 2 hours, I'll finish it up in the oven. The Oklahoma Joe, I got it 2 months ago, and I just wanted to see how it played out today, and it was awesome. So definitely when Thanksgiving comes up here in a couple months, I'm definitely going to do what I did today as far as that. I got to find a recipe for the mac and cheese, because it wasn't good today. And maybe it's less smoke, because like I said, I don't like a whole lot of smoke in certain foods. Maybe that's what it was. The kids are being goobers, but
yeah, we are.
You gotta let your kids do what you gotta do, because if you don't, it's gonna be a long day and a long night. But it was a good day. It was a good night. We did have some good food. Everything was awesome. We had
Chicken nuggets.
We had some stuff. No, we didn't have chicken nuggets. We had some stuffing. We had some it was just instant mashed potatoes. We had gravy, and everything was good. But the mac and cheese that I showed in the video, don't try that.
The power.
Or at least try less. At least try less smoke. The smoke, it was like eating charcoal. So we'll try it again. We'll try to make it right.
Next week.
But that's the normal barbecue back house that you do. Sometimes you trip and fall. I'm not going to be out here and show you recipes and say this is the second coming of Christ, because sometimes it's not. Sometimes you trip and fall, and today we tripped and fell on the mac and cheese. But we'll make it right eventually, because that one time I did it turned out awesome. I can't remember how I did it, so we got to go old school. We got to write it down. My bad habit. I don't want to write recipes down how I did it right the first time, and then the second time I can't remember how I did it. So I got to get some index cards or start typing it in my phone somehow. And I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 6 years. I'm no master chef. I'm no smoke master. So it's just a good family fun, good family time. The kids like it. I'm teaching them how to cook. And as the weeks and winter goes on, we do cooking. It's going to be in the oven and stovetop. It's not going to be on the smoker. Sometimes I like to do stuff, not necessarily on the smoker, but you can slow cook stuff regardless on the grills and not heat up the house. So we'll figure it all out. I want this channel to grow. Come and watch me. And let's just have a good time in Noblesville, Indiana. Love you guys. Goodbye.